My name's Caleb Bell. I'm with IndieLug, and this is our big IndieLug collaborative that we did this year. It's called the Galactic Galleria. So it's a collaborative between about 15 different people. So myself and my good friend Nicholas Griffin, you might have seen his large Coruscant build last year, did most of the infrastructure. And then we had other people build stores that could just slot right in. So we can kind of walk through and show you some of the fun details and whatnot, and talk about how many pieces it is and all that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love the varieties. I've kind of looked through the build here of all the different shops that people built.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm really proud of quite a few of them. Let's see. I think it's easier to see. I think you can start down here. This is the bathroom down here. So the idea of this is that it's a mall, but it's in space. So if you see any yellow minifigs, hopefully they're wearing their helmets, because otherwise they can't breathe. But everyone else here, they can breathe just fine. So there's a little bit of slime coming out of the bathroom. And then just try and put fun space twists on as many kind of novel Earth stores as possible, We also have lots of really cool small builds, like this garbage collecting robot over here. Eventually, when you walk all the way around, there's even docking areas in the back that are bringing cargo into the store as well.
And looks like we got some tires, like car shop, and then what is this in here?
Isn't that funny? They're selling wheels in space. Let's see. This one is like a vintage antiquities and stuff and Earth things that were brought to space and that some guys are selling, trying to get a quick buck from the aliens that think it's all novel, cool stuff, but it's really just common Earth things. Down over here, this is the floor is lava. So I think that one, it says coming soon on the front there, doesn't it? Yeah, then, as you move down, there's a couple more stores. This one, they're selling ice cream down here. The aliens love their ice cream, but they're all flavors like, booger and nasty stuff that you wouldn't want to get on Earth, but tastes great to the aliens.
You got a very unique kind of transparent piece display here.
Yes, Miriam did that one. I like that she added some lights into the back to make it all glow through the transparent brick. It's really beautiful. And then there's another diner down next to that. That one was done by Tiffany. And then after you take a look at that diner, you have the Asteroid Arcade. That's done by Brian Reagan.
And as we come back around the corner here, you can tell us a little bit about kind of the front portion of the build here. So in front of the shops, what was the design there?
So you can kind of see in the bathroom where there's a little bit of a green leak coming out there. And it's kind of discharging out here out the exterior wall. Not sure what kind of toxic waste it is, but it might have something to do with the aliens' diet.
And then you've got these kind of decorative areas out front here with the plants.
Yeah, we wanted it to be recognizable, but still as alien as possible. So we're really proud of the really cool transparent colors that come in a lot of Avatar sets and stuff like that, and trying to incorporate as much lighting as possible. I wish Nick was here to talk about how much lighting there is in this, but I think he spent almost as much, if not more, money on lighting than he did on the Lego bricks for the project.
Yeah, the lighting is really impressive. As we make our way down, then we've got a Bass Pro ships here in the classic old Rock Raiders scheme.
Mm-hmm. And this one, I'm very proud to call this one mine personally.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a big Rock Raiders guy. He even says it on my little lapel. And I try to think of all kinds of fun ways to incorporate Rock Raiders into my building. So, Bass Pro ships. They're selling a bunch of ships and mining equipment here.
I love the giant pile of dynamite there.
Yeah, there's no OSHA in space. So there's no issue just walking right out of the store with it. There might be a guy going out the front side with a couple sticks of dynamite.
And then what is happening in this section over here?
So right next to Bass Pro ships, we kind of come to the center of the mall where there's a really cool Ferris wheel that's running right now. And next to that is Bricks Flicks, which as we walk around to the other side, you'll be able to see there are actually a couple movies playing in there right now that are really cool brick films. John did that one. I'm really proud of what he did there. It looks great. There's a popcorn stand out front. There's also a little fun little tiki hut with a monkey swinging by it.
And then a very Friendsified stand here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're selling space rocks, like rock candy. but I think they're just actually rocks.
You got to have the gym down here, of course.
You'll notice that is Planets, plural, fitness. You know, they got to keep them buff in space as well. These two stores, this one and the Saturn Sports, are both done by Amy Jo. She's, again, really talented. Lots of really fun details. I love how she did the dumbbells and the stair machine. Really good stuff in here.
Yeah, the Saturn Sporting Goods is so cool with this large rock climbing wall and all the camping equipment and things.
Yeah, it's the escalator is probably my favorite part as well.
Lots of things you think of when you go to space.
Exactly. You need camping equipment when you're on the moon.
What are some of these little shacks down here?
So we got a boba store selling some boba tea. Yeah, let's see, it's a little bit further down.
Like a little coffee shop.
There's a little coffee shop. That's Stars Bucks, I believe.
Got a little frogs fighter out here.
Yep, that's right. And I believe next to that frog fighter, there's actually a tiny little screen inside that build, which I think is, advertisements for the store. We went through, recorded some footage, put some stuff on a slideshow, and are showing that on that tiny little screen. Again, that's all Nick with all of his really great electronic capabilities that he's able to incorporate into these builds. The amount of wiring that goes underneath all these floors, I'll tell you what, it takes a while to set up.
And then we get to some more fun shops down here. So what are some of these we have going on? It looks like this one, you're buying some new shirts and torsos.
Yep, this is, looks like it says Out of This Galaxy, and then we got a little book nook. And I believe Tiffany told me that in the back room you see some humans back there. They're supposedly the aliens' pets, and one of them is passed out from playing cards and having a little too much fun.
Very unique color scheme on this one with the yellow and purple.
Yeah, there's a lot of good, diverse colors in here. Actually, the next one coming up is another one of my creations. This is Build a Martian. So the Martians are coming in there. They're getting new torsos, new legs. And you even see some of the Mars mission guys coming in there. They're wanting to make their own stuff too. Hopefully they get over their long-standing beef.
It's like we've got a little cafeteria eating area here, and then goes into a manga store, and I'm not even sure, kind of a jungle scene next to that, or a little teal shop.
If you look closely at that sticker on the front, I believe that's Breath O2 Fresh Air. Oh, yeah. So that's where you got to go in to get your helmets and your spacesuits and whatnot if you're going to be out here without a helmet on as a yellow minifig.
Then you've always got to have the pizzeria next door here. Yeah. Love that. Kind of a throwback to some classic Lego pizzeria sets.
Thank you. Yes, that one is another one of mine I'm very proud of. I had that old pizza to go set. I'm like, I need to use this sticker somehow. Where are we going to get it in there at? And definitely all of the little alien green guys from Toy Story Pizza Planet, they love themselves some pizza.
And then looks like we've got a weapons area down here maybe?
Maybe a little bit of seedy back alley that might be selling some not quite above the board stuff. But there's not that many rules in space like I was talking about earlier.
And last couple shops down here. It looks like this one is maybe a hat shop inside here.
Yes. This is also done by David Manfred, who also did the Ferris wheel you saw earlier. He's got really great techniques when it comes to sculpting creatures and animals and characters. And I'm really impressed that he's able to even do that on a much smaller scale like this.
And finally, it looks like maybe security down here at the end.
Yes. I really love the use of those infinity stones, but they're not popped out of the thing for the little drones that can fly around.
So yeah, really, really impressive. We can actually go around inside and look at some vehicles here and kind of the backside a little bit too. But really amazing to see just all the different builds that builders were able to come up with. How many people total were involved here?
I believe 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the planning process like for this in terms of figuring out kind of the size of each build and how it would all fit together?
Sure. So I was the initial coordinator for this whole thing. And I then talked to my good friend Nick Griffin, like I was talking about, and he used Studio to come up with instructions for all of the facades and whatnot, and the floors and the back wall and the rock work in the front. And then we would order all these parts and have group building parties where we can all just sit at a table and laugh and build following the instructions to get, the actual facades done. And then, there was a lot of techniques that are really cool and fun techniques and ways that you had to have Technic holes hidden for wires that we're going to go through later in the build. So it's really incredible how much thought he put into all of that.
Yeah. Very impressive. Now, you've already got a really huge layout here, but do you envision kind of expanding this in the future if other builders want to join?
That would be really cool. As a matter of fact, as you get back here, you see the parking lot with some spaceships. We would love to double or triple the size of that parking lot, maybe actually build it up on top of some asteroids that are floating out there, have some trams and ferries bringing the figures from the parking lot to the store. That'd be really fun to do, I think.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking us through the layout here, and thank you to you and all the builders involved. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.